R. Kelly did not go to prison for underage girls. He went to prison for sex trafficking. And if you fly a girl out for the purpose of sex, that technically is sex trafficking.
Run for it, guys! They're coming for it! Yo, son.
All right, show's over. All right.
Yo, son. Damn, bro, you can't even rendezvous no more.
But and that's the thing. Like, where's the line between sex trafficking and dating?
Okay. Don't do it to me.
Now, everything Vlad was talking about earlier makes sense. The gray area.
The gray area.
You can just go home. You can just leave. You can just turn around and leave it alone. All of that makes sense in this context.
Find yourself a girl and love that bitch, you know? That's it.
Yeah.
So
stick to Uber.
R. Kelly.
I love
you. In an Uber, don't do it.
Give me a call. Don't call him first. All right? Call him first.
R. Kelly's in prison right now because of sex trafficking.
Now and
that's what I believe they're trying to get Diddy on.
But damn, if you fly a chick out
and she's with it,
it's sex trafficking now?
It could be. If you put in coercion and you put in threats and you...
So you got to hold hands on Instagram just to make sure that you covered?
That's not enough. That's not enough.
My girl for today.
There's
not
a lot,
enough.
man.
That's not enough.
There's a lot.
Crazy.
And the civil lawsuit is one thing.
Damn.
That's a real gray area,
It's
bro.
a real gray. Because when you look at that name, you think, oh, you done got a 14-year-old in junior high and you chained her to a fucking...
Yeah.
You put her in a box and you shipped her...
Yeah.
You put her in a fucking basement
You
somewhere.
had a family at gunpoint.
Yeah.
That's the image of sex trafficking.
That's the image that you think in your head, but it's actually a lot more broad. It's almost like a RICO. You see what I'm saying? Where it's very gray area where you don't really know. And you could get hemmed up over some shit that you thought it was cool.
You didn't know you were breaking the law.
I flew out. The head was good. I hit her off to go shopping.
Yeah.
Now I'm a criminal.
Like, for example.
That's crazy.
For example, right? For example, I just had Gilbert Arenas on my show, right?
Right.
And, in the same lawsuit, 50 Cent's baby mother, Daphne Joy, was referred to as a sex worker, right? Mm-hmm. And 50's having a fucking field day. With this shit. Fucking field day.
Right.
Right? And Gilbert said something interesting. He goes, well, how is she going to prove she's not a sex worker? Let's say she had sex with Diddy and he gave her money. From the outside, that looks like sex work, right?
Oh, that's crazy.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
You had sex with him. You guys aren't married. You guys aren't in a relationship. And he's constantly giving you money and there's sex involved in some way. Maybe it's sex with you or maybe you're bringing in girls. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Sex work.
There's girls that'll bring in other girls.
Yeah.
This is just a reality of life.
Here's the worst part. It doesn't have
They
to
are
be
the Jews.
And now,
that's technically
a sex worker.
Yeah, that's a charge.
That's a sex worker. That's
You're sex trafficking.
Oh, I know a girl that'll come in. She wants to fuck you. Just give her.
Again, it's a gray area.
That's sex trafficking.
It's a gray area.
It's all gray area.
I took a chick out on a date. We chilling. Went back to the crib. Had some drinks. Whatever happened. And a week later, she's like, yo, you gonna pay me for that night? I'm like, what the fuck?
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Right.
I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
you heard, man. You heard.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I know you.
I don't want to repeat.
You told me about your mother and how you grew up and all of that. And I shared things with you. Like, how did this become a transaction?
Yeah.
It's scary out here, bro.
Because there's no statute of limits.
Doesn't
even have to be bread.
Yeah.
What if you gave her a purse?
I think she just needed some money.
He just had a flashback. I said, what if you give her a purse? He went, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Right. And the feds are looking at all these civil cases and they're picking out things that potentially could turn into superseding indictments. Mm-hmm. In the same way that a state case could become a federal case, a civil case could become a federal case. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, law enforcement, they all clout chase the same way everyone else does. Like,
they want to land a big fish.
Yes, you would like to think that the police department are going to treat every criminal case equally, but that's not the case because I have police officer security that I use, and they tell me that, if there's things that are on the front page of the newspaper, the chief of police will prioritize those things. That's just how life works.
Right.
You could say that's not fair, but that's just life.
They need votes.
That's just life. And people are like,
you know what I mean?
if there's a guy running around killing or raping in New York City and the police aren't catching him, there's a lot of pressure by the people for them to prioritize that particular case. There could be 10 other people that are doing things that are way worse, but they got to prioritize this because there's a public outcry. And, what was it? The chief of police isn't that a position that you have to actually get voted in for?
That's the sheriff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was the sheriff. I don't think the chief of police. I think they promote from inside the ranks for the chief. Or
District
the
attorney,
mayor
though.
does-
District attorney.
District attorney.
And
Yeah.
district attorney ultimately decides who they want to prosecute.
You get voted in
So
by
there
the-
you go.
yeah.
So the district
Yeah.
attorney needs to get voted back in. And if he's constantly fucking up all these cases, all these high profile, he could say, but look at all these cases that we solved. But all the high profile shit is still open.
In the public's mind.
He's
it's
not
like-
going to get reelected.
Right.
Same thing. This is the same mentality that happens in the feds. The same happens in the state. Everything else like that. Everyone wants the high profile shit. You're seeing this with the YSL case with Fonnie Willis. She used the YSL case to go after Trump. If she loses the YSL case and loses the Trump case, she's probably not going to get reelected. If she wins both those cases, she's almost assuredly going to get reelected.
Or go to a higher position.
Or go to a higher, or become
position.
a district attorney in, for the federal government. You
So
see what I'm saying?
That's her shot.
Yeah, if Trump gets elected, she probably won't get that. But I'm saying, like,
Sex trafficking is the same thing as prostitution, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it is. It's the same thing as pimping. That is the charge that they get pimps now. Sex trafficking.
Human trafficking.
What?
Yeah.
Right.
Pimping is human trafficking.
Human trafficking. Yeah.
When you're moving people across state lines,
it's sex trafficking. Human
trafficking.
No, I remember I interviewed.
So if I tell a chick, meet me in Miami on Friday, we're going to spend a weekend together.
And I'm going to give you this much money to come out and have sex with me, then you're sex trafficking.
So what is pornography?
Pornography is a little bit different. I'm paying you to have sex with this particular person, and you're on camera, and you're agreeing to this, and you're signing a contract, and you're not being compelled.
So you just got to start a porn company, and you can do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, you could find all types of loopholes in this shit. But at the end of the day,
I just got to do this. I'm sorry, baby.
But look, Ron Jeremy's in prison right now for rape.
Ron Jeremy in prison.
Ron Jeremy's in jail for rape?
Yeah.
First the Fat Boys break up.
Yeah, then Ron Jeremy gets locked up.
I'm kidding. That's not funny.
Yeah. So there's a lot. I mean, I remember Sugar Free, right? The rapper who's always had the pimp persona, who's actually was pimping for a long time.
Who's a beast, by the way,
on the mic.
Rhyme-wise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beast.
Yes. And I asked him, I said, when did you decide to stop pimping? He said, when they changed the term to human trafficking. I said, I was done. He said, that term just sounds too scary. He said, I'm good. Pimping people, it's romanticized. Shorty the pimp. People.
She chooses you.
Yeah.
Donald Goines.
Yeah.
It's Donald Goines.
But human trafficking, there's nothing cool about that word.
It sounds like
it sounds scary.
Kids.
And he said, I was done.
That's what it does. I think
He said, I was done.
Media use that word sex trafficking too loosely, man. They got people's heads mixed up. They don't even know what the real meaning is, man.
Trafficking, period, sounds
trafficking. Yeah. When you think trafficking, I'm thinking drugs.
Yeah.
I think when I hear trafficking, I think what you do with drugs, you do with people. So putting them in a box, putting them in cover them with a tarp, get them from point A to point B, in the basement of a boat or something.
They got a bag over their head. They can't see where they going.
Don't worry where you're going.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no chick showing up to my house like that.
She signed up to take like a training course somewhere. Next thing you know, she's handcuffed, and they gotta that's what it looks like. Like you fell for the okie doke, and now you in another country, and the only way to get back home is to turn these tricks.
Yeah,
right.
It sounds like that.
That's what they're charging.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, they're charging Andrew Tate with that type of shit.
Right, right. He had
these women were forced to do these
TikToks and shit.
Sexual.
No, he had
a house filled with women.
He had a webcam. He had web girls, like webcam girls.
And they were forced.
No, they're saying
That's
that.
what they're saying. That's what he's being charged with. You don't know what the actual.
We weren't there.
We weren't there.
Right.
Bro, all right, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
In the era of female rappers dominating,
How did we get here?
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.